Ladies and gentlemen, I was practicing a Mozart sonata. In the context of my upcoming Mozart project, I haven't been updating you on that. I will do that here or on our newsletter. It's a project that is similar to Alberto's project on the full complete Beethoven keyboard works. I will do something similar around the clavichord, include also piano and organ, but I will update you later. But anyways, I was practicing the second Mozart sonata, the one in F major with a beautiful F minor middle section, middle movement. And I almost started to cry. And now I'm not someone who is tearing up very easily. And I was wondering again, like, why is it that music is so powerful, that it has this unique ability to just bypass our brain? It doesn't need words, it doesn't need understanding, but it goes there into your soul where none other message, nothing can actually go. No other ways of communication, that's what I wanted to say. And so we used to have on this channel the Beyond the Notes series where I was talking about exactly this. How can we actually phrase, how can we verbalize, if it's possible, but give some hints, some directions, express or try to express why it is what I feel, hopefully to inspire you. And many of you actually reached out to me to say that this was so beneficial. And so in the context of this new series here at my music studio, where we go a little bit more into educational content, then I thought, why not just talk about this piece? So I will go with you through this piece and just play some music, play the notes and see what the effect is and see if we can come up with something beyond the notes in order for you, for many of you apparently, to make it a little bit more clear. Why is it that music is so powerful? And is there anything that we need to do, quote unquote, as performer in order to enhance that effect? So that's what we're going to do. Before we do that, when you're watching this in the first days after the release, we just finished our Kickstarter on the WTC II, so the Well-Tempered Clavier number 2. It was a huge success. I really want to thank all of you who have been supporting, who have been backing this Kickstarter. It means the world to me. We're going to launch that, and there will be a similar box like this one, so we'll have 2 of these. If you still want to participate, there is still a little bit of time to get your name into this production. That's cool. I mean, many of you like that. Your name will be here, but then you'll have to, there is a link in the description box, so go there. If you buy the pre-sale or so, how do you say that, of this W2C 2 before the 1st of November, then you can still get your name into the booklet. So don't wait for that. I'm always super happy to see so many names there. It's like a handshake. Anyways, let's go into Mozart. As always in this series, I will not edit. I will not add the score on top of the video. I know it's YouTube and we're supposed as YouTube creators to make your life very easy, but there is like one big price for that. If I do that, I will not be writing the book, the tempo book, and I will not be doing the other stuff that actually you want me to do on tempo reconstruction, on research and other things. So I suggest that if you don't have Mozart on your shelf, just download it from iMSLP and just so that you can follow the score. It's not really necessary, but it might help. So that saves me hours of work. The other day, someone reached out to me to ask for that, and I explained to him what it really takes to edit a YouTube video, like when the Beyond the Notes series, when we had these overlays with nice colors. It takes me a day. I mean, that's what it is. So the price for that, if I do it like that, is that I will stop making these videos because I don't have the time for that. And honestly, just switching on my camera, talking to you as if it is a podcast format, makes my life so much easier, and I like it much more. So it's just a conversation between you and me. But you let me know in the comment section what you think of it. Also, the new setup of this channel where every other week you have something on tempo reconstruction with a podcast and things like that. We are searching our way into kind of new authentic sound, as I was announcing at the beginning of September. So we're gonna play this piece. I will play the few first bars and then we start. And I will play that in a tempo. Yes, it's sometimes about tempo. Why not? So the whole project of Mozart, I will preparing that in primarily Czerny's tempo. And you can say like, yeah, but why is it necessary? Do you not have any imagination for your own tempo? Yes, I have. I think I have proven that enough in my long life that I can do that. But like when you really want to reconstruct what's in the composer's mind, and then you have to find information that's close to that composer. And tempo is one of these things. We've been talking about that also in the previous videos. Like it's super important. When you change your tempo, you change everything. Articulation changes, phrasing changes, the character of the piece really changes, and we're going to demonstrate that in this piece. Also in like the framework of tempo reconstruction, it will be a little bit hilarious even. But taking a tempo of someone like Carl Czerny, who was a student of Beethoven, very close to Mozart. We don't know if Mozart would approve this tempo, but we do know that that's the closest we can get to Mozart's original intention. And so it will be a Mozart-Czerny project, or a Marshalless, when we don't have metronome marks for all of the Mozart works, unfortunately, by Czerny. So Czerny gives 8th note 120, and that's the tempo we're going to play this piece in. And of course, it will be in whole beat. So Czerny gives 8th note, we're going to play this. I will demonstrate this, what the effect is in single beat, so the modern use of the metronome later, not now. And you will see how easy it is actually to have your metronome tick like that. I cannot promise that the entire piece will be played exactly in this tempo, because talking and playing, and especially in this kind of music, is not so easy. But anyways, you will forgive me, I hope. So that is our tempo, and then we go to play. I'm just playing the beginning to let you know the power of this music. Mozart was very young when he composed these Munich sonatas. It was in 1775, so barely 20 years, 19 years, 18 years. And so this set of 6 Munich sonatas is just incredible. So we'll have this beginning in forte. I don't know if you hear this very good. It's not the microphone that is ideal to record the clavichords and the room. But when you end here, what is more to say actually? And how can I describe this ending here? Mozart, if you look at the score, you have 2 8-note rests before he starts the new section in this movement. And on top of these rests, he puts like a fermata. So he too must have been impressed by the end of it. And of course the clavichord enhances that. And you will see, and you will have noticed that sometimes I don't play all the notes like exactly the same time. That depends really on the instrument. If you play on a modern piano or even a forte piano, I think it's less forgiving to do that. But on the clavichord, it's natural to do that. It's like... So, but you can of course avoid that. You cannot do that. But it's so in my fingers that I even don't know that I'm doing that. So we come to rest, and of course Mozart is famous for saying like the music is really in between the notes, and it's so correct on that. And here is like, of course, an enlargement of what he was saying there. Like you have two rests with a fermata. Like everything has been said. But listen to the beginning. I'm starting the trill with the upper note. It's like, actually without the trill, it's written like this. When you have a trill, you can start with the C, with the main note. It's so unclear what Mozart in that time really wanted. Someone who says, like, I have the solution for the ornamentation in Mozart or Beethoven. Good luck, because you will have other opinions as well. And it's not opinions are facts. I mean, this is a period where there's so much unclarity. So anyways, Moschus, for instance, starts with the C and he goes to the B flat. He has a special solution for this. Moschus, other great pianist of that time of Czerny. They knew Beethoven both. So you can start with the C, or you can start with the D flat. I'm starting with the D flat because I like this. It's a lamento. And then forte. And then this interval, it's like, it's incredible, because if you just see this, like the beginning, you wouldn't expect that energy going upwards. And then suddenly piano. On the podcast, we were talking, Stefan and I, about the Moonlight Sonata, the first movement, and like this image that came to my mind, and apparently when we were reading Carl Czerny, apparently came from him. Like this melody that you hear in the Moonlight Sonata is like a spirit, a voice from the other world that you hear from a far distance. It's not clear, but it's like something is there. It's more like an emotional feeling, like something here instead of like someone singing an aria on stage. Here you have something similar. This is like and that's for such a young age, Mozart, I mean, unbelievable. Like, this is the deepest sorrow you can have as a human being. You start in forte. You start strong, not because you feel energized, but you have something that really has to go from your chest. And this is a cry. Especially this quarter interval up. It's like grasping for air. And then suddenly, like piano, like starting with passion, I would say, and then suddenly realizing it's in vain. There is nothing. Like, and not accepting that here. Forte. Piano. He's looking for an exit, for an ending. And it's difficult here. There is like this C in the bass, the dominant, going to the D flat, going to the C again, going to the D flats, maybe also. Then consciously I realize now why I start with the D flat at the beginning. I don't know. But he doesn't know how to end. Forte. The left hand is like kind of answering, but also not. And then here, piano. And then making an end like forte. And then, what is this music about? About what? You have a motive, like congratulation. That is like one of the most fabulous motives in music history. No, it's not. But in the context of this, with so little harmonies, with actually nothing that happens, still Mozart creates this incredible atmosphere. He sets the mood in these first 8 bars. And then what? Then starts this unbelievable contrast. So we end in F minor, and how do you go from there after the fermate? I would say it's like Beethoven, but of course Mozart was before Beethoven. We know that, right? Even Stefan would know that. But setting up this F minor, this incredible strong feeling of deep sorrow, and then after the fermata it's like, this is a blessing for your soul. I mean, tell me in the comments. It's like, and then you wonder, like, what do you need more than this? You go from here to here. And here starts a dialogue, like explaining what's wrong. Very serious, but not like, of course, the deep sorrow, the deep pain and misery of the first bars. You cannot maintain that. You can also not as a human, because even that emotion will be flattening out. So there is a contrast here with another harmony. Question mark comes now. Forte, F flat in the bass. Very weird chords here. He's doing... Don't do that in harmony class, because you will get like with a red pencil like a 0. It's like Beethoven answered to Ferdinand Ries when Ries said to him, like, I don't know which piece it was, like, there are like parallel fifths there, and Beethoven said, really? Let me see. And then, and why is it wrong? Yeah, because Matheson and all the others was Ries saying, like, yeah, they say it's forbidden. Well, tell them I say it's approved. It's like, it's an effect here, of course. Very harsh. Also, the diminished fifth interval. And people sometimes will say, like, yeah, but in this slow tempo, by the way, this is not a slow adagio. Czerny gives like 120. But if you're not used to that, well, then of course I can imagine that you feel it as slow. But don't worry about the melody. The melody is like completely redundant here, like the tension of the melody to the pace of the piece, which the tempo is the tempo, which sets the character. But also here the accompaniment. The accompaniment is not just the accompaniment. The accompaniment here in 16th notes is actually carrying the piece. If I go back to the tempo of Czerny 120 and recalibrate a little bit. So these are 8 note 120. These are the 16th notes in whole beat. But when you do this literally in single beat, then you will have this tempo. I mean, can you imagine the beginning? It's out of discussion, I think, right? Let me go back to my timer, because otherwise I will keep rambling. It's not the purpose of this. So here you have this voice with the left hand, that also with very, very, very few tools, so to say, and is creating a dialogue. And you come at the end back to the original. Like a solution. Forte. Everything is good. A flat major. Again, silence. And then you go back to the beginning. Then, how is Mozart taking this like further? Like, you have the A section, and then you have the middle section. What is Mozart doing there? He starts with the same motive, but then when you get to the dialogue part, the 16 parts, he's doing something incredible. It's like, a kind of anticipation almost on what you will have in the Requiem much later. Well, much later in Mozart's life is like an understanding, of course. He died so young. So you start here in a kind of like a weird, like hanging in the air. Forte is a statement. Repeating. Again, statement. And there the arpeggio is written actually. So you have here a few fragments with these pauses, and if you play this in this tempo, I can imagine when it's slower than you're used to, that you feel what many musicians actually do, also professionals. When you have long rests, musicians are afraid of silence, but if you prepare those silences, then you can really transfer the message to your audience. You should really try that. And overall, once you know this, and pianists are famous for that, for not respecting the rests, it gets very annoying. Because you need, as a listener, to have that bass. You need to have this tempo. Like, it creates this floor for you, not only for the performer and for the piece to set the character, but it creates this floor for you as a listener. If you don't respect these rests and you start too early, then it feels like falling over your own feet, you know. So don't do that. Just respect the rest. And now what? This is a question mark. And then comes like an incredible piece. And now we have a response. Forte. So, chromatism, we've talked about that before on the Beyond the Notes series, is always an expression of pain, but and then nothing except some airplanes in the air. I cannot help that. And then he starts again now in C minor, of course. And now this message becomes different because we have had all of that what was preceding. And now suddenly, because you had all these sections in between, the meaning becomes like different. Beautiful also here. Now he continues back to F minor. Then you have a continuation of that. And when he ends here, same fermata. We don't go further in A flat now. We stay in F minor, and then this incredible what he's doing. Listen to this. Now. Same. These weird intervals like, and now, unbelievable, right? All diminished intervals, pain. It's more like a story. Outburst now on the right. Now, forte. Chromaticism. And then the ending. Answer. Question. Let me know in the comments what you think of this piece, and also let me know if you are looking forward to the recording that I'm going to make. I am looking forward to the recording I'm going to make of this. I will start this Mozart project in the... Oh, I wish I could set a date for that, but I'm actually ready to start. Just making the programs of these will be everything around the sonatas. Each CD will have one sonata and other works. Like, I'm so much looking forward to that. Diving into Mozart is like diving into, like, coming from Bach, it's like Bach with this complexity, and you have a lot of things. Beethoven, it's a combination of both. Like, you have, like, it's an incredible, creative composer. Yeah, no brainer, right? But Mozart, this is so much more. This is naked music. Why is it possible that you, with so few notes, create something so incredible at such a young age? This is one of the most impressive pieces of music I actually know, and there are a lot of most impressive pieces of music I know. Obviously, I mean, it's, you cannot compare. Let's be honest. Let's be happy that we have all that music. But this is like this movement especially takes a special place in my heart. So, guys, I hope I could bring something of that beyond the notes thing to you. There's a lot to say also about the way of playing this. I can make also like from flat to expressive series. I like a video on this, and just like this secret, so to say, the clavichord is, I have to say, the instrument for this piece. Like, you have all the tools you need to create everything you want. And I can also make a video from that perspective, like, what am I doing, quote unquote, when I'm playing this piece? What's the clavichord adding to that? And that would be actually fascinating to do. Let me know if you want me to do that. Don't forget our Bach. I really would like to have your name on that. That's until 1st of November. That's possible, 2025. And after that, of course, it will be available for the entire world. And that was it for today. So thank you for watching. Don't forget our Patreon site where you can actually support everything we do. Really thank I want to thank at the end of this video my patrons, because without them I wouldn't be making this video. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching, and we will see each other very soon again. Bye.